Hello everyone, I imagine this is very weirdly intimate if you've got your headphones on. It's a bit strange for Harrison. Harrison doesn't normally do stuff like this. It's a little bit strange. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Harrison.Fletcher and I do videos on YouTube. I always find it hard to describe what I actually do because it's just, I can't put it in a sentence. I can never get it across. When people say, oh, so what do you do? I'm like, I don't know how to explain it. I kind of like, I crash and I like stutter and I don't know what to say. I'm like, I make videos on YouTube, I make rants, but then it sounds naff. I sound like I just do, like little rants about anything, and it just makes me sound like I need somebody to come up with a one-line sentence that describes me and what I do for me, because I have no idea. I have no idea how to explain I make videos on YouTube, and I feel like saying it might be cringy to you, but to me it's not that cringy at all. You know what I mean? But when I explain it, I sound shit. So just before I go into detail about this podcast, if this episode, the first pilot episode, if you want to call it a pilot episode, I'd like it to get 50 likes. I say 50 likes and it sounds quite a lot to say I'm just starting this out, but listen to the rest of the podcast, see if you like it, then give it a little like at the end if you like it. I've always had a keen interest in, not radio, but podcasts. I've always really liked podcasts. They're much more freer, much more creative. Radio, you're very, very limited nowadays. Probably not so much back in the day, but I feel like you're very limited. Also, I can kind of get more of my own personality across in a podcast. You know what I mean, just me just chatting to you, just talking normally, as opposed like the Let's Drive series, but that I want to keep that on its own. This can be about, you know what I mean, it's just whenever I feel like doing this, I'll make this a thing. Whereas the Let's Drive series is kind of becoming a weekly thing on accident. But yeah, I'm enjoying doing this sort of stuff at the minute. I'm really enjoying doing YouTube videos. And it's a change. It's a change for me because for years and years I really struggled and got down about YouTube. But yeah, I'm kind of getting back on my feet with it. I really like it. It's nice. So like I touched on, I'm a bit of a YouTuber. You know what I mean? I like to make YouTube videos. I like to make videos to entertain people. I like to entertain the public. See what I mean? I can't even get my words out. That would have been a different take, but I'm using it. I'm going to use that still because that's an example of what happens. Mental. Other than YouTube, I do stuff. I've got a part-time job working in retail, and I also am at uni full-time. They say it's full-time, it's really not. Like I mentioned in the Let's Drive series, it's not a full-time course. I'm actually there for like 3 days, that's it, 3 days. And it's like 3 hours, 6 hours. So what's that? Like 12 hours. 12 hours a week. And then lessons start to drop off as well. It's not just like, oh, you're there 3 days a week, it's not that bad. No, I'm not. I'm not there for 3 days a week. I'm there for 2 days a week. And then a lesson gets cancelled. So I'm there for 1 day a week. Pointless. $9,000, that is. $9,000 for an 18-week summer. So what I have planned for the future of my life, I really want to sort of achieve good stuff for me, not like just for the sake of it. I wrote about it with one of my friends the other day, the whole idea of fame. I'm not interested in fame. Like, I know I'm nowhere near famous anyway, but I'm not interested in the actual fame aspect. Anyone can get famous, you know what I mean? I forgot who said it, but I think it might be Ricky Gervais, one of my all-time heroes. If you want to be famous, you know what I mean, just go out and shoot someone. You know what I mean? I don't want to be famous just for the sake of being famous. I want to have credibility and people credit my work. Yeah, so people credit my work. The more people that I entertain, the likelihood is more that people are going to tell me that, you know what I mean? People are going to say, oh, I really like your stuff. I might inspire some people, you know what I mean? I really like that. I just really like the whole idea of how I can inspire other people, maybe, and just stuff like that. And I'm interested in just doing what I think's right for me. Ever since I was a young kid, I always remember thinking, I don't want a normal job. Like, I used to like acting when I was younger. I used to like doing stuff like that. And then as I've got older, I discovered YouTube and stuff like that, whatever. But it's just, yeah, I can't be bothered with just a normal job. It's so boring. Knowing every day you're going to get up at 7, you're going to work all day, come back, have your tea, go to bed. What sort of life is that? Working so much, grafting your arse off for something that you don't even feel passionate about. I think that's mental. I just don't see the logic. I don't see why people moan about it. If you don't like it, change it, do something. Obviously, you can't just pack up your job and leave. But just find a plan B. Find what works. Have you got any hobbies? Do that. Do your hobbies. You know what I mean? Try and make it a career. If not, then at least you tried. So Harrison, why are you doing a podcast? Well, I've always wanted to do a podcast. All right. The reason why I'm doing this is because I listen to a lot of podcasts myself. I enjoy listening to podcasts. I think they're great. When you're on your own, you just put your earphones in, you listen to someone, you feel like someone's constantly talking to you, you can just listen. I'm probably a bigger listener than I am a talker, in a way, when it comes to like podcasts and stuff like that. You just feel like, I like the creativity of it on your side, the listener's side, when you're just imagining all these stories that are being told and like the advice. It's just nice to hear someone's personality. If you're a people person, like most of the human race probably is, it's interesting to find out about other people and find out what they're doing, what they're talking about, the thoughts on things. I don't know, I find it interesting, and that's why I want to do it. Plus, I don't know, I've just got an interest for it, haven't I? So, I'm doing it for the lads. I also apologise if you can hear my chair squeaking. It's just so shit. So I've done a bit of planning, I've done a bit of forward thinking, if you will, and I've already lined up some guests to be on this show, on the little the Harrison.Fletcher podcast show. When I say guests, they're my mates. They're my mates and it's my girlfriend. If you honestly don't like this sort of stuff, then I probably won't do it. But I really enjoy it, and I think it's a good way to just chat to you guys about stuff, you know what I mean, it's going on in my life that sometimes I probably don't have time to mention in a main channel video or the Let's Drive series, because they're kind of like, I'm focused on other things, I'm driving. My main channel's different, you know what I mean, it's one of them things that I have to be really careful about what I upload to it, because of opportunities that might come up and stuff like that. I've got to be careful what I say these days, whereas before, there weren't that much pressure before, because obviously when you've got 1,000 followers, your little opinion doesn't really mean much. But when you're kind of making a bit of a bigger hit, I'm not saying, honestly, this is not me saying I'm making a massive hit, oh my god, but the ball is rolling for me at minute on YouTube. I feel like it. Like it's something's happening with it, and I really like it. I really like the way it's going. I really like the direction it's taking. So I'm kind of aiming my channel in a different way as opposed to just slagging off Zoella. Even though I do still slag her off, and now I'm making a podcast slagging Zoella off. So it's kind of, you know what I mean. You can't always win, but in my case, you make another channel, and I'm still winning. So that's how that works. I've also got a time limit on these as well. I think I'm going to aim roughly for like 20 to 30 minutes on these. I think that's a decent time to listen to a podcast. I think an hour's too long for just listen to my voice. After 10 minutes, you're thinking, for Christ's sake, shut up. I don't think that is always going to be accurate in some. It depends what podcast I'm doing it with, who I'm doing it with, blah, 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 blah. With other people, when other people are talking, I think 30 minutes is just right. So I'm going to aim for an average of 30 minutes. But obviously that's going to differ from who I'm with, what we're talking about. But yeah, please let me know, because I've got, like I said, I've got about 4 people lined up, something like that. So it's just interesting for me to know if you like this sort of stuff. I mean, I know a lot of people, they do a lot of travelling to where they go to, like uni or college. So just stick your earphones in, don't listen to music, listen to Harrison.Fletcher, you know what I mean? Interesting stories. Even if you just listen for 10 minutes, you know what I mean? It's just it mixes it up, it gives your ears a rest. For those who follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and those who are privileged to have me on Facebook, will know that I've just come back from London. And I don't know when this podcast's going out, by the way, but I've just come back from London as of now. I met Gok Wan and had a drink with him. Not only that, then messaged me and my mate saying, do you want to go out for your dinner? We were like, go on then, may as well, you know what I mean? We are mate Gok. And then the next day, went out for dinner again. So it's mental. It's just absolutely mental. Very, very lucky. Very, very lucky to have had the opportunity to meet him and chat to him. But yeah, just mad. Absolutely mad. It honestly, it felt like a bunch of mates having a drink. That's how I can describe it, and that's how it felt. We didn't mention the fame aspect once in front of him. It was just having normal chat. I even told him that I bought a new car. Well, this is how it came about. He was asking me and Jack what we do at uni and stuff like that. So Gok asked me and my friend what we were doing at uni and how we met and blah, blah, blah. And then he said, we just got talking, conversation kept going, and then we got on to summer. They asked us if we're going on holiday in summer. Am I going on holiday? Is my friend going on holiday? Stuff like that. And I just said, oh yeah, I'm going on a road trip with my girlfriend. And they're like, oh yeah, really? Like, where are you going? I said, oh, I'm going round England and Wales. So if you're round, I'm gonna be on the campsite. Then Gok said, oh, can you drive? Do you like what car do you have? And I just said, oh right, I've just bought the new Seat Ibiza 1.2 turbo. So immediately Gok starts laughing. Just saying, oh, better slow down there, boy, better slow down. So I thought, oh yeah. So I just said, oh yeah, go on then, go on then. You go on, Gok. What car have you got, Mr. Gok Wan? And then he just says, under his breath, just casual. Oh, I've got the Batmobile, Porsche. Blew mine out the park straight away. What a knobhead I looked. Immediately I started laughing. I didn't have a clue how to react in that situation. As if my little Seat Ibiza 1.2 turbo. I mean, bloody, he's got a Porsche. You know, I should have known that. Multi-millionaire. And I'm bloody Harrison from Romarsh. I sat having a drink with Gok outside. It's mental. It was a really mental time. But I really enjoyed it. And it was such a nice guy for doing that. You know what I mean? It's like I said on my Facebook post. Like, I got some good advice about my YouTube and stuff like that. And it's just nice. You know what I mean? I think more celebrities should do that. So the first night that we actually met each other in person, like me, Gok, and my friend, and a bunch of of his assistants and stuff, we was in a casino in London, and basically got talking, had a few drinks, whatever. Went and sat in the VIP area, and then later on into the night, everyone's absolutely hammered. Even the assistants, you know what I mean. Everyone's had a bit too much to drink, especially my friend. He's literally 9 stone, skinny, very, very skinny. 1 pint would probably go to his head. He'd probably been drinking all day that day. So he was hammered. Gok then said, oh, what does everyone want to eat? Everyone were getting a bit hungry. So I said, I'll have a burger, please, burger and chips. My friend then said, oh yeah, I'll have burger and chips, because that's all he really eats. And then Gok ordered everyone food. The food came, lovely. I'm eating it. I'm thinking, this burger's absolutely mint. Right nice. Chips weren't too nice. I left a bit of chips. I said, you can have chips, Gok. You know what I mean? I don't really like them. He had a few chips. He didn't like them either. Spat them out. But my friend said he didn't like any of it. He had a little nibble of the burger. A little tiny nibble of it. So that was that. Gok then, politely, very humbly said, here, have my rice. My friend then went and ate the rice. I say ate, he put it in his mouth, immediately, like a child, just spat it out everywhere, just everywhere, all over Gok, all over the VIP area, all over the table, in my beer, everywhere. Rice was everywhere. So that little incident, but luckily Gok saw the funny side of it, and then just carried on talking to us. So that was lucky. That was just pure luck. It was pure luck that he even gave us a chance to talk to us. Then the next day invite us back out for his dinner. That's very extreme. You know what I mean? That's very mental. My friend did something more embarrassing the last day that we met up. But I won't go into detail about that, because I'm sure he'd probably kill me if I mentioned it on this podcast. Just a quick topic I'd like to talk about is the guys and girls that you get in London. I've seen it in Manchester, but more so in London, that parade around with massive microphones and massive banners, chanting about God and how God is great and how everyone needs to go to church and repent the sins and do all this blah 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 blah. I don't even think that should be allowed on the streets. Like, you never once ever, I've never seen an atheist walking around shouting, saying everyone needs to believe in science and nature and just don't believe in God, don't believe in any religion. You never see that happening. I have a theory, believe it or not, I have many theories. I have a theory, and I think this is true, everyone is born an atheist. Like, no one's born a racist. It's whatever you're taught. If you're taught from a very young age that everything that you do in life as a consequence, and then it's evident of that by just certain things like burning yourself or whatever like that, then you're going to start to believe that if everything else is coming true, then this other thing must be as well. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I really don't believe in it at all. I don't think it should be allowed. I think it's mad how they can say some of the stuff that they did. Some of the stuff were, oh, you think you've got a nice family, you think you've got a nice girlfriend, well, God can just take it away, God's in power, you need to repent your sins. What the bloody hell's that? There's little kids walking about, mate, and you're brainwashing them. You can't be saying stuff like that on the streets of London. It's mad. It's just absolutely mental. I just don't believe in it. That's the problem with me. I just don't believe in any of it. It's just ridiculous. Another funny story that happened when I was down in London is me and my friend that I went down with, we got them bikes out that you can get out, that's like £2 an hour or whatever, and you just bike around London. That were amazing, by the way. I recommend doing that. Knackering day. I'd say be careful on roads and that, but apart from that, it's pretty good. You get around London pretty fast, to be honest. We went to Buckingham Palace, and we were going down the road, like the main road where the Queen would go down, and there was loads of people. Like, I thought like something were happening, and there were loads of people queuing up, obviously where you can imagine, at the gates and everything like that. All the guards were out, all the police were out, all the community support officers were out, stuff like that. And there were no one on this road. Me and my friend are biking down this road, and no one's on it. It's like the main road of where you get to the Buckingham Palace main entrance, whatever. I mean, my friend were thinking, what's going on? Like, what's happening here? Like, why? It's a clip of it is on my Snapchat story of me saying, oh yeah, I'm here, yeah, everyone, it's fine, I'm here, don't worry about it. Basically, it was like a sort of remembrance day for the fallen troops, and we later found this out when we were in the train station. A news flash came on saying Queen cries at fallen troops or something like that when we were in at the train station. And me and my friend just looked at each other and just thought, Christ, what have we done? We were biking down, we were literally biking through a remembrance sort of fallen troops ceremony. We later got told off by the police, not in a bad way, bloody hell. Just like, they just said, lads, you can't be biking down here. We were like, all right, sorry, we just sort of biked down the road and then we ended up here. And they're like, yeah, it's fine, just you'll have to get off. And it was like, what the hell? Like, as if it were that easy. We were just walking around thinking, how's that happened? Like, how have we just biked down there, casually? Literally, there was no one on the road, no cars or anything like that. It was literally just me and my friend, and all there's thousands of people queuing up, watching me and my friend bike down this road. So God knows what they thought we were. They probably just thought we were like a bloody circus act. Me and my mate had visions of us being on news, like, newsflash, look at these absolute twats biking down such an important day. We were just, honestly, it was funny at the time. We were laughing his head off because we were like, oh yeah, we're like doing the wave and everything. We were taking the piss, waving about. But then when you look at it, we look like we're being chavs. We look like we're being ruthless, rebels. You know what I mean? We look like we're being idiots. But we weren't. We just didn't have any idea what was going on. I thought it was just tourists, if I'm honest. I thought it was just lots of tourists turning up because it was nice weather. There were a lot of like students there and stuff like that, so it was mental, absolutely mental. I can't believe it actually happened. So that about wraps it up for this episode. If you enjoyed it, then please do give it a like. Let me know that you want me to carry this on. I really do enjoy doing this. I'm literally just sat down in my loungewear. So that's my joggy bottoms. It's just a posher word for joggy bottoms, isn't it? I'm sat down in my joggy bottoms, a top. I've got my hat on. I've had a bath this morning, but that's about it. That's literally it. I've had a bath and then I've had some pizza and I'm just sat here talking shite. So yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. It's easy for me to do. I like doing it. I feel like you guys will probably like it, hopefully. And yeah, I will catch you hopefully next time if you enjoyed. See you later. Cheers.